Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where things are beginning to heat up a little bit. Now, we might be on the precipice of an economic issue here that I didn't necessarily notice at the end of last episode. Now, we're currently upgrading this starport here because we want to put a bastion in at this L gate for obvious reasons, to protect the L cluster and to stop them from just hopping into the actual L cluster here, which they can come in via this L gate and then they can depart via this L gate to any other L gate. And this L gate is far enough away from the center of the system that they're not going to be attacked by this unless we were to park our fleet right here, which we can do. And in fact, we'll just go ahead and do that. However, we are currently at 28 out of 24 starbase cap. Going up to 29 out of 24 will, I believe, bring us up to 125% starbase upkeep. I think it's linear. So that's going to cost us. But we're also about to finish up a single Titan, actually. This is a Titan in a colony ship. Do you have a second Titan queued here? No, only the single Titan. That's still going to put us over our naval cap. So that's going to be a thing, but it's not actually as bad as I thought. For some reason I was thinking this was a second Titan, but no, that's a colony ship. That's not as bad. Okay. Well, let's proceed. However, the Unbidden appear to be making an exact push towards the L cluster, so we might be coming into contact with them relatively soon. And if that's the case, we definitely want to have the defenses in the Z-Poc Vortex good to go. There's no doubt about that. Now, it is kind of interesting, the system that they chose to spawn in, this one here, because this system is pretty easy to isolate. Like, there's a lot of choke points here that we could use to cut them off later on. Right now, we don't need to be thinking about that. It's not in our territory. But it probably will be, so that is definitely something to consider. The Unbidden are going to just continue to spread. And yeah, it looks like they're just making a beeline to the L cluster. We should assume that to be the case. That's the worst case scenario for us. And we should definitely assume that that's going to happen. Okay, so we're working on some ion cannons. That's all well and good. We're also waiting on this last ruined ring section to be restored. That's 400 days away. That will happen this episode. We are also currently working on this mega structure over here. We're working on a strategic coordination center. That'll be useful for us. And as soon as we can, we're going to start work on a mega shipyard, wherever we can do that. We're also going to need a science nexus as kind of a lower priority. Our next highest priority is almost certainly going to be the Sentry Array site. However, these megastructures will take time, and the question is just how much of that do we have before we come into contact with the Unbidden? The Unbidden are kind of doing our job for us of eliminating the galaxy of life, and hopefully they'll do a good job of that.
A study has been completed.
That would be ideal for us. But we do need a new physics research here. Let's go for, I think, energy weapon attack speed. I'm trying to remember what loadout was good against the Unbidden. If I recall correctly, energy weapons are good because they're primarily shield-based. Or no, it'd be the opposite. Energy weapons are bad against shields. I can't remember. We'll have to take a look as soon as we can see their fleets. Okay, we do need a structure on Dongle Prime. I'd love to put in a Ministry of Production. That requires a planetary administration. So instead, we will, of course, put in, if I can scroll up a bit, to the alloy foundries. Excellent. We have an unemployed specialist on Himpra. We'll just go ahead and put in a research complex. That'll be fine. This Forge World, we already have a Ministry of Production here. So let's just put in an alloy foundry, I think. We're going to need more alloys against the Unbidden. And we can definitely put in a research lab here. That will be ideal. This Forge World is currently in need of housing. I'm just looking at our food levels right now. I think we can afford... Currently producing 28.4 food from this single farming district. Okay. I think we can afford to replace this with a city district. We do, of course, have the one agriculture world right now. The question is, will that be enough? I don't know. We'll find out. Robot assembly plants, get out of here. This is a tech world. We're going to put in a research institute instead. In fact, we're just going to straight up demolish that. I don't want that to exist. Did they get any robots built? They did. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that at all. Okay, well, maybe one robot isn't too bad. This is a tech world, so we are going to want to put in a research lab. We do want to stamp out those robots, if we can. We're lacking a housing on this alloy world. We'll definitely put in a city district for that one. Okay, army damage. Sure. I keep hoping that we're going to see another starbase cap, and yeah, that is 125. So that's hurting our energy credits pretty dramatically. Food from jobs might not be a terrible thing to grab, considering we are downgrading our food production a little bit. Minerals from jobs, not a terrible thing either. Okay. There go our edicts. So, recycling campaign is finishing. We don't actually need to re-up recycling campaign. Scientific revolution, we should re-up, for sure. Unnefarious acquisition, we probably should re-up. Will to power. I feel like we're mostly limited right now, not by our influence gain, but rather by our megastructure production limit. So I think I'm going to hold off on re-upping that unless it's clear that we need more influence a little later on. We absolutely need a Grand Fleet. 100%. And we may actually want to also grab Fortress Proclamation for right now. I doubt we'll re-up it after this period. But we'll do that just so that we can get those upgraded a little bit more quickly. This generator world does need a specialist job. I guess we'll upgrade to civilian replica complexes. This refinery world needs a housing. Okay. Hang on a moment. Okay. What do we actually need here? Exotic gases. Sounds good to me. Let's put in an exotic gas refinery instead of that. And let's make that the top priority. Thank you very much. Okay, what else do we need? Looks like we are good for right now. Now, we could increase our alloy production if we wanted to. I believe there is a edict that we can put out to do that. Forge subsidies. Reduces the upkeep of metallurgists and gives them 10% output. 140 influence. I think we can handle that for right now. Excellent. We may need additional alloys to make all this work. So let's go ahead and queue up a few defense platforms in these bastions. We're going to need them. And we can activate a relic. I'm going to pass on activating a relic for right now. We'll just get these defense platforms queued up. We just want to get those ASAP. These are bastions here. We don't... Oh, we're lacking alloys at this point. This is in terminal egress. Okay. And these are... They're doing okay. Well, we're gaining 782 alloys per month at this point, so that's something. We're going to be lacking a little bit more in terms of alloys here. Yeah, we're going negative in energy credits right now. That was pretty much expected. This Zeepak Vortex should definitely be working on upgrading as quick as it can. I want to check in on our trade. We having any issues here? No, that looks good. Fantastic. Okay, we're just going to run a little bit of an energy credit deficit for a little while. I'm not too concerned about that, actually. We can do some trades if we have to. We're currently selling 275 consumer goods per month. We could bump that up. Not to 375, but maybe to like 300. That won't completely get rid of this deficit, but it'll help. Okay, in terminal egress, let's go ahead and... Let's see, this is already maxed. That's fine. Corinth Station is going to need defense platforms. A drug freighter has crashed on Zoltan Prime. That is very, very rude. Zoltan Prime, where are you? Here you are. Oh, it was the Ministry of Production. Rude. Let's see. What do we need to be able to repair this? This is currently ruined. We could just demolish it and rebuild it, I guess. Oh, I see. It was the building slot. Pops were killed. Sad. Okay, that ring world section has been restored. We want to colonize that ASAP. There we go. We're lacking housing here. Let's go ahead and put in a city district. And then we want to immediately look into putting up... Oh, we're only at 1.2k alloys. Okay, we'll need to tick forward for a little bit here. We want to immediately look at putting up a mega shipyard as soon as we can. We're lacking 931 alloys for that right now, so we'll just get that in 2 months. That won't be a big deal. So we'll just hold off on it for the time being. Let's check in on our Strategic Coordination Center. That's 74% done. Okay. Sounds good. On this next month tick, we'll have enough for the mega shipyard. However, this mining world is currently lacking in housing and a specialist job. That's difficult to come by on a mining world. Okay. They may either have to emigrate or downgrade, one or the other. This is a specialist unemployment as well. Same thing. Okay, we need, on this tech world, but it's a mining world. Let's go ahead and switch this over to a mining world. There we go. On this mining world, we can actually put in a crystal mine, and that is definitely something that we're interested in doing. This generator world here we already looked at. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's get started on this mega shipyard if we can. Can we build this around Void Pool? Yes, we can. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we'll get started on that, and then, let's see here. We already got terminal egress fully queued up. Did we get fully queued up for Corinth Station? Yes, we did. What about Batrac Station? We did not even get started here. Okay. Well, we'll queue up a few defense platforms. That is not the maximum number.
A study has been completed.
That is still not the maximum number. Okay, we'll come back to Batrac Station. Transgenic crops are coming together reasonably. I think we're doing fine on food for right now. Let's actually grab admin cap. We're now a little below our, or a little above our admin cap, so I think that's fine. We'll grab shield hit points. Necrophaging has happened. Okay, Batrac Station, let's come back to you. You are actually at your cap. Fine. Mestros Station. Well, you're underway. And then Semesta Station and Zeepak Vortex. You need to be working on upgrading to Star Fortress. We're getting close to having these fully queued up. So I'm very glad to see that. This bastion is still working. Yeah, that's fine. There's a newly founded colony over on this ring world. We will go ahead and definitely put in a gene clinic. There's no way that we wouldn't do that. I think we're missing a structure here, aren't we? Yeah. We'll put in the command center, and we're also missing a communications jammer here. Anything else? Yeah, we're missing the hangar bays. We'll queue up the hangar bays, and that looks good. Okay, Mestro Station needs defense platforms. It needs, of course, 9 of those. I don't think we quite have the alloys. No, we do. Perfect. So Semesta Station will, of course, be next. Faction has been founded. Sure. Okay, now we're lacking the alloys here. Order restored on Belgium Prime. That's great. Let's take a look at what the Unbidden are doing. They're doing a lot of damage. Scum and Villainy on Gothra Prime. Okay, let's take a look at that in... Well, actually, there's all of these, but we'll come back to those. Gothra Prime, there's Scum and Villainy here. We're plus 17 right now. How many of these are actually working as artisans? 5. Okay. We're at 77 pop. Let's go ahead and replace our Cyto Revitalization Centers with Psycor. That should help that out. Fantastic. This industrial world is working on regrowing. Okay. The Strategic Coordination Center build site has been built. That's fine. We need a specialist job on Belgium Prime. We'll grab that. We need 2 specialist jobs on this power world, which isn't really something we can currently do, unless we wanted to replace these hydroponics farms with, say, a Ministry of Production. And I think that's a good thing to do. Actually, a Ministry of Production won't get us the jobs. That's a Hall of Judgment. We can replace this Hall of Judgment with a Ministry of Production. We currently do have a few crime issues. So we replace that. That's 5 Enforcer jobs. We replace this with a Psycor. There's a Nanite Transmuter there. I don't want to replace any of these other structures, but I want to get in an additional alloy nanoplant if we can. But maybe we just leave it as is. This is going to be a reduction of 4 jobs, though. And Enforcers, I believe, are specialists, are they not? Yeah, Enforcers are specialists, so we're going to have an additional specialist job issue. Unless we just want them to downgrade over to start doing these worker jobs. I guess that's probably okay. On Ebenar Prime, we need housing. This is a tech world. That's a lot of crime. This is a robot assembly plant. Let's replace that with a Psycor. And with that there, we will go ahead and upgrade to a system capital conflux, and that will, I think, fix that issue. Okay, over here we're lacking in a specialist job. That's not something we can really do anything about. This Forge World here has a robot assembly plant. We will replace that with perhaps a Psycor, actually. And then this over here with a Ministry of Production, like so. Okay, this Ring World is not really assigned, but we do need a Chamber of Elevation here. I did not mean to zoom like that. Excellent. Okay, so now we can look at our Strategic Coordination Center site, and I'd like to start moving this guy, perhaps over towards, say, Brilliser. That'll be fine. And here's our Strategic Coordination Center site. That will, of course, cost 15,000 alloys. I mean, we expected that would cost a lot. There's no doubt about that. We'll get to that just as soon as we can, I think. For now, additional defense platforms over here would be great. Yes, we are going to run out of energy credits eventually. Thanks for letting me know about that game. I'm well aware. We will deal with that just as soon as we can. We're waiting on a month tick here. And another pair of defense platforms there. Oh, hang on a moment. I believe that we are lacking an ion cannon here. Yes, we are. 1.9, 2.2. Okay, we'll put in the ion cannon. Let's see, 2 hangar bays. I think I might have canceled something up here. 2 missile batteries, 2 hangar bays. So we're good here. Target uplink, disruption field generator, command center. Yes, I did cancel something right here, and it should be a communications jammer. Okay. There we go. And we'll work on the ion cannon before we work on the defense platforms, but after we work on everything else. There we go. That'll be fine. Excellent. Let's proceed here. And how many defense platforms do we have queued up? We have 5, so we need 4 more. That's absolutely fine. We'll come back to that in a moment. Minerals from jobs. That's always nice. I think we will go ahead and grab kinetic weapon damage next. And as far as the Semesta station goes, we can now queue up 1, 2 additional defense platforms. And on the next month's tick, actually that's all of them, isn't it? Yes, it is. Fantastic. So then we of course need the Zeepak Vortex station. That's still working on upgrading to Star Fortress, but we'll put in a pair of gun batteries, a pair of missile batteries. We will put in a target uplink computer. We will put in a communications jammer. That'll be just fine. So we're getting very close to getting all of our defense platforms queued up here. Yeah, that's the max capacity on Semesta Station. So, of course, we need to work on Zeepak Vortex. Unfortunately, ion cannons require a Citadel. So that's going to take some time. And yeah, we're going to run out of energy credits soon enough. I'm going to go ahead and put in a monthly sale of minerals. And we're going to sell 300. That should, at least for now, put us back into the positive on the energy credits. I think. We'll see. So this construction ship is going to be working on the Sentry Array site, and I kind of want it to be in Brilliser. I think that'll be fine. So we're going to need to save up for the Strategic Coordination Center hull, in terms of alloys, and we can see the Unbidden are just kind of running around. You'll get nothing from us, scum. Get out of here. What do you think you're going to do? Our admin cap is now up, so that is great. Fleet command limit, mediocre. Absolutely mediocre. I guess we'll grab leader lifespan, but we kind of don't need it. It's more of a reroll than anything else. Zeepak Vortex, we definitely need to get upgraded, and it's kind of a little on the late side. It's well behind everything else in terms of its production. So that is definitely a bit on the unfortunate side because yikes. Yikes. Ion cannons are beginning to finish up for many of these stations. Yeah, we're at minus 71 now. We can definitely float this. Like, we can just sell off some food here and there. So it'll be fine. Get that upgrade to Citadel going so that we can queue up just as much as possible. These guys are using the L gate to move around. I'm not too concerned about that. They can do that for now. Like... Huh. The Awakened Empire must be really going after the Unbidden. I mean, they're powerful enough to beat the Unbidden.
A hostile fleet has appeared to us.
A raiding fleet? Okay, where are these guys? They're coming up over here. They are not even strong enough to threaten one of our stations. So I'm really unconcerned. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. In next episode, I think we're going to realize that the Unbidden are not actually a threat. I'm pretty sure that the Nurian arbitrators are the ones dealing with it. Actually, we can look. We can see killed by others, 475. There's only the one-dimensional anchor active. We can't actually see... Okay, crisis ships killed, plus 4740. And has anyone else... Oh, these guys managed to kill a single crisis ship. So yeah, it's the Awakened Empire that's doing it. 1,000,000%. Okay, with that, I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we are going to finish off our defensive structure creation, work a little bit more on our mega structures, and get ready for our conquest of the galaxy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.